It is also a right for all peoples of the world to live freely and peacefully. We shall do our peace not only in our part of the world, but also contribute in safeguarding world peace and security.
The burning unrest in the Middle East is as hot as the desert sands and as old as recorded history. 3,000 years ago, the twin kingdoms of Israel and Judah flourished in the ancient land of Zion. Later, Arab warriors came and conquered, ruling and roaming the desert for hundreds of years. To Jews and Muslims, the city of Jerusalem became a symbol of age-old conflict and bitter dispute. The militant Arabs claimed a territorial right to Jerusalem and Palestine that was 1,000 years old. But the determined leaders of Zionism pleaded a right that was even older, dating to the time of King Solomon and the sacred Wailing Wall, a relic of Solomon's temple that still stands. In 1948, David Ben-Gurion, the George Washington of Israel, led his people and his country to independence. The new nation was carved out of territory that the Arab powers in the Middle East claimed as their own. Independence had been won. Now freedom must be secured. The so-called Arab League vowed the total defeat and utter annihilation of the infant nation. King Farouk of Egypt pledged his support, and Abdullah of Jordan directed his British-trained and equipped army to take up battle positions on the Israeli border. The Jordanian forces were joined by military regiments from Syria, Egypt, Iraq, Lebanon, and Saudi Arabia. Israel stood alone, one nation against six. The odds were great, but the young country's love of freedom was greater. Her people, who wanted only peace, took up the weapons of war. Israel came under siege, held fast, and struck back. An astonished world saw the Arab invaders hurled back on all fronts. During the bitter fighting, Israel lost none of her original territory and actually increased her area by 20%. Within a month, the Arab troops were in full retreat, and the United Nations was able to arrange a truce. In 1954, Gamal